I honestly don't think that Mizzou Hockey would be in the spot that it is now without Nick jumping in.
Mizzou would not be where they are without him.
Nick left some pretty big shoes to fill.
It's kind of amazing to see the success that he's had.
You know, I feel without a doubt that one of my sole purposes is to impact people's lives through the game of hockey.
Nick and I being really good buddies all the way through elementary school and growing up, and one of my best friends, and we played hockey together and stuff like that every summer. So obviously playing with him in college would have been, you know, kind of the dream there.
Was up in Minnesota playing college hockey, just some opportunities that I had there that just didn't go the way that I planned. Some opportunity ran out. My best friend Holden Carroll was the president of the team and really recruited me heavily to go.
I think that Nick was one of the biggest missing pieces, you know, for the club, and not even just on the ice, off the ice, locker room stuff. He brings so much to the team.
Wound up making the decision, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life in terms of hockey, and just was so fortunate to be a part of such a special group and such a special community in Columbia and Jefferson City, and just the university as well.
He was really interested in coming to the team and just trying to turn a program around and make an impact, you know, in a different way. You know, kind of saving a team rather than maybe joining on a really good squad and competing right away. You know, he wanted to be a part of something that we were building.
Really starting with Holden, he started that culture change of we're here to go win some games. We're here to go win like championships for the school.
The biggest piece was having the relationships between the guys where you're going out every night and you're competing not for yourself but for the guy next to you, and that can only happen if you guys are all, you know, close as a group.
I think it was just a collective group effort of everybody realizing that we really have the potential to be what we can be and what we have been, and it really is only going to come if we work hard at it. So coming together as teammates and as friends has really allowed us to push each other, but also work for each other.
It's just everyone loves each other. There's so much love in the room. You know, even after a tough loss, it's all about love and all about positivity. And no matter what, everyone's got each other's back.
That is really what I wanted to leave the legacy of. Is you know, that it's much more than just a club. You know, it's a family.
So it's not coaches and players separate. It's all of us in this together. If our goal is truly to be at nationals, and the ultimate goal is to play on the last day of the year, which means you're fighting for a national championship, then we all have to work together.
The expectation of this team is a national championship, and I definitely believe that.
Our goal, no matter what, is to win a national championship. This is the year that we can make a serious run, and we're not going to settle for anything other than a championship this year.
The Cornhuskers will improve 8-3 on the season, and the Tigers will drop to 5-5-1.
Culture. It's the backbone of any organization's success, internally and externally.
When my time at Mo State was over and I started back coaching in the St. Louis area, the conversations between myself and Sean Deaver and John had all been taking place for a number of years of getting the program back to where it was, you know, many years ago when John had it, and then trying to advance it further.
Getting past that hump of this is just like a rec hockey team to we're competing for something bigger than just a weekend of games.
I had a vision of just creating some sort of, you know, base that can be built off of, and I think that starts with, you know, the family aspect and making sure everybody's comfortable and happy to come to the rink, happy to show up, happy to work hard. And I think when you create that base, then, you know, it's the guys after me that really, you know, build on top of that.
You don't want to just play for yourself. You want to play for your team and for a community. And so I think the impact that the fans have had is just continuing to build support and kind of solidify the fact that we are a legitimate competitive program.
Nationals and success, it doesn't change who the people are, but it changes the perspective.
So we were splitting a lot of our weekends, and then something just clicked in the locker room.
Saving Dort there. Yeah, that was excellent job there by Stevens just to maintain composure. And
oh,
that one gets put away there by Jahala.
And we went on a massive 15-game win streak, and from that point on, it was like, we have something real here. We have a national championship contending team in the locker room right now.
At first, people were not really nervous, but they were really just kind of, you didn't want to jinx it, you know? So there wasn't a whole lot of talk about it. There definitely was an energy.
I look at Mizzou and I'm like, my God, this has the ability to be something bigger, better, and great.
And when you trust that your teammates are going to show up and prepare just as good as you are, then, you know, sky's the limit.
They play their final home game, and they improved to a record of 15-6-1. This Tigers team primed and ready for a road trip on their quest for Boston.
In the moment of some of our biggest moments in history, it feels like excitement, but then looking at the bigger picture, it just feels like accomplishment and just something that we knew that we could do all along.
We got a lot to talk about today, not just this week, but next week as well, because next week is a weird week. I never saw my college career sort of ending up like this. I never saw myself leading a hockey broadcast department, Mizzou Club Hockey. I didn't even know the team had a club hockey team until my sophomore year, when I got a text from one of my friends and he's like, hey, do you want to call a game with KCOU? And I'm like, we have a hockey team? And so I called a game down there, called a couple of games down there at the beginning of my sophomore year. And then when we got there, I realized there wasn't a broadcasting department.
That realization became action.
And so that summer, I emailed Nick Spolec and I said, hey, could we build a hockey broadcast department?
But success does not happen overnight. Usually you have to fail first.
We needed a vision, and then we needed some values within this organization to ultimately reach the success that we all wanted to reach. And I feel like this season, we all had one common goal.
The broadcasters, we're pretty tight too. We meet every week before these games and we get together, and we really work together to make the product great for the fans. And we really care about each other, and not only making ourselves better as broadcasters, but making each other better and learning from each other.
I joined as a freshman. I'm on campus, you're scared, you're kind of looking around, you're like, what do I do? Where's my niche? Where do I fit in? And it was October.
He was interested in joining, and my mind at the time was like, okay, do I say, I don't know how I could say no, because I'm more than happy to give others opportunities so they can help grow and ultimately reach their future endeavors.
I was, welcomed in as one of the guys, even though not only was I a freshman, but I had also joined kind of after the first couple series had been played that season already. But that environment and that communal atmosphere really did make me feel at home.
Other things like meeting outside of Mizzou Hockey to watch hockey games, get some pizza, just hang out, make lifelong memories with each other. It's been a really huge part of my college experience.
All of our shared experiences throughout the season, all the trials and tribulations, all the 30-minute drives to Jefferson City, all the technical difficulties, everything that has gone wrong, it's brought us closer together, and it has created an environment and an atmosphere where we support each other.
We were not just coworkers, we were friends. Like, this group is tight-knit, just like the hockey community and just like the team.
1, 2, 3.
Mizzou deserves this. They deserve a successful, not only single team, but a successful hockey program.
We want to continue to be ambassadors for the community in any way possible. That's our most fervent organizational goal, is to be involved in the community, and seeing all the kids' smiling faces playing hockey, trying a new sport, was really one of the most special things of my entire hockey career.
Everybody was always smiling, and then it really paid off. At every home game, there was always kids waiting outside for signatures or waiting for high fives, and we even saw a couple traveling fans at Nationals, which was really awesome.
When I played, it's a bunch of guys that just got together, played hockey, and drank a bunch of beer. But it's a business more like now, and it's more representation of the school and what their ideas are. So, in comes John Lamond again, and Bob Bucher and Locke Thompson. I think they did a fantastic job this year.
Team success from a coaching perspective It's all about, do you have coachable players? Do they listen? Are they committed to it? Will they do it? And the answer is yes, this group will.
Everybody wants to be a part of this, and everyone wants to grow. It's to see that mindset switch is such a special thing.
When I say that, we're going to have 75 or 80 kids at tryouts, I know that I have looked at every bit of 40 player recruitment forms and kids that are already been accepted into school and are planning to be there at tryouts. And that's not counting the kids that we have transferring in from other universities that have played at other programs that want to come be a part of this with us.
It is the work of those people kind of being rewarded and put back where they should be. I think that the competitive level they're going to is a place where they're going to be in the top group of teams as well.
What does that mean? Well, that means that the next year we're going to advance again, and we're going to not move the D2 team up, but we're going to put back in place a Division III team. So we'll have 2 Mizzou teams.
Highways take us. Memories, they make us. Signing off, I'm your narrator, Steve McElroy, Mizzou Hockey's first captain, and this is a story of Mizzou Hockey. But this story is only the beginning.